it's Avery Dawnside and welcome back to another video. So I'm really excited to share this because this is the official video of how I got Goose, my new addition, which is a knob shrubber. So basically the story is I went to the Jorvik open house last week and I saw Goose and fell in love with him, so I waited until the open house was over to go and test ride him and see if I wanted to adopt him, and obviously I did, so here is that video and I hope you guys enjoy! Alrighty, I just got to Jorvik Stables and the first thing I'm going to do is go over and talk to Joanna and just make sure that Goose is ready to be ridden and all that. Joanna basically explained where Goose was and that I had free reign to do whatever I really wanted to try out on him because he's super lenient. Okay, so before I get going, I just want to say that it's super weird to be back in Jorvik Stables because I actually did my instructor's internship here right in Jarlheim. I lived here for a year and it's crazy to be back just because thinking how full circle all of this has come. I absolutely adore Jorvik Stables and it's just so incredible here. The facilities are amazing and that's why I'm really excited to try out Goose and just be back in where I learned so many different things, which I will get into more detail with you guys in another video kind of explaining my story, but I just wanted to say it's super crazy that I'm already back here. Anyways, enough of my life story background, let's go ahead and get into the pasture to go get Goose! Just some background on Goose. He is one of the schooling horses here at Jorvik Stables and he was here when I did my instructor's internship, so I do know him a bit, but now he is considered an older horse because he's 15 plus years. He's actually 15, so we just got there, but the barn managers here at Jorvik decided that since he's approaching his older years, it would be best if he was in a more relaxed environment, I guess, and less of like people having to learn off him and just giving him his glory years to enjoy a bit away from being a teacher for everyone. As Goose is an older boy, he has a lot more of a developed personality, to say the least, meaning he is quite a bit stubborn and has a lot of like fidgets and personalities, but overall I heard he's really sweet and a great ride, and his ground skills were absolutely incredible, so I was really impressed, and I kind of expected that just because he was a school horse, that he's really like tame but also has a lot of personality to offer. Okay, so I'm just popping on my helmet and my gloves and then I'll be ready to ride. I'm just doing some basic stuff on Goose. If he does really well, we'll see what he can do jumping wise, but for now we're just gonna try flat work. Right off the bat, when I got on Goose, I realized it was going to take some adjustment to my riding just because he required a lot more leg because he is an older horse, and that is okay. Older horses might need a little more emphasis in like leg and just signals overall, but once he started to feel me, he was responding really well and just had a nice slow paced walk, which was honestly really enjoyable because it was so smooth. In older horses, it is crucial to make sure that they are completely stretched out before moving into any strenuous work, so I just did some small walk circles to make sure that Goose could stretch his back and neck before we got into doing the trot. Once I felt like Goose was properly warmed up, I went ahead and moved him forward into the trot, and something I wasn't expecting from Goose, I guess I just didn't remember from when I was here, was that he has a very fancy trot. This is because Goose is an all-around eventer, meaning he did compete in some dressage competitions and he was used overall here at Jorvik Stables for a lot of different disciplines, but he does enjoy dressage, and although I'm not super great at dressage, I do a little bit of it, and I'm sure Goose was picking up on those commands and just enjoying doing the trot. But I did have to keep my leg firmly on his sides just to keep him forward and moving rather than falling back into the walk like he did a few times. After trotting for a bit, I went ahead and moved him forward into the canter, which was kind of a different story. He picked it up right away and was going smoothly, but then my leg would come off just a tiny bit and he would fall back into the trot, which you guys will see in this clip coming up. So I just had to really firmly keep my leg on him, which for some people it might be a pain, but I honestly kind of like this because it brought me back to my learning days. And Goose is a great horse to learn on, I'm sure, because it really teaches riders to emphasize their leg and respond with their heels and just their firm grip. So once he had the firm grip and the pressure on the legs, he was moving forward smoothly and thoroughly. So I'm feeling pretty confident in Goose's flat work, so I actually want to take him over to Paddock Island, which is just a short trail over from the Jorvik Stable's arena, and I just want to test him out on some jumps. I've heard that he has great height because he is such a huge boy. So I want to see if he still has a little bit of that in him. I'm not expecting a ton, but I just want to test him and see what he can do. And boy oh boy did Goose surprise me. For being considered an older horse, he had a lot of enthusiasm and power in his jumps. He was flying over them at insane heights and I was extremely impressed. So that made me really enthusiastic and just showed that he was overall a great eventer when he was an eventer, because he just could do great in flat work and dressage, but also is a wonderful jumper. After riding Goose, I was like, do I really need another horse? And then Goose was just so cute that I absolutely fell in love with him, and I used the excuse that it's my birthday, so I bought him. Whoops, I mean, hey, Goose is really enjoying his kind of retirement life, and he absolutely loves the paddock. Here is a clip of him running away from me, and that just shows you his sassy grandpa side. With so much space and open stalls available in my barn, I feel like it's only appropriate to use those and continue expanding the Dawnside family. At least that's what I'm going to keep telling myself when I continue to buy horses. But that is all I have for today's video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and seeing how I officially got Goose. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and to follow our journey on Instagram at Avery Dawnside SSO. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!